so embarrassing. I've never done this on screen before, but you know, it is what it is. We all got hair around here, so child, I'm gonna be taking out my hair, my braids, child. This is a little wig, so let me go ahead and y'all.
Another banger. I'm in love with plenty women. I know my money, all of them. It don't matter the shape or color. I go make sure she must collect.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Sage the Hustler here, back today with another video. You already know me, S-A-G-E. Yes, I did steal it from Sage the Gemini, so you already know what time it is with me. Okay, before we get into it, go ahead and smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and hit that share button as well, and go ahead and send it to everybody you know, okay, so they can subscribe to my channel too. We still on the road to 1K, so help your girl get there, of course. And especially since I'm about to do this is so embarrassing. I've never done this on screen before, but you know, it is what it is. We all got hair around here, so child, I'm gonna be taking out my hair, my braids, child. This is a little wig, so let me go ahead and hold on, child, before I snatch my wig. We're gonna be talking and having a chat while I unbraid. So my edges look crazy. We're gonna talk about body shaming. I want to talk about body shaming, and yeah, that's just it, because there's a lot that goes with body shaming. So let's talk about it now, right? So now in 2020, the ideal trend is to be, I guess I'm not even gonna call it slim thick, because that's not even the case, because ain't nobody slim thick around here. Everybody just look like hourglasses or Coke bottles. Now, I've seen some nice bodies that are nicely shaped that way, and I've seen some bodies that were surgically put that way. I'm not putting down anybody who do get surgery, and I'm not putting down anyone who has a body like that. I want to make note and tell everybody that body shaming is not okay. In general, we shouldn't shame each other's bodies, especially as women, even as men. I'm pretty sure men don't care as much, but like, they might, but they don't express it in a way where it's like brought to our awareness. Like, I feel like men are taught to like just shrug it off and just deal with it, but in reality, we shouldn't body shame male or females. Like, who are we to do that? Because at the end of the day, you don't know what that person goes through on a daily basis. You don't know if that person is overindulging or trying to get to a healthy state. Like, you don't know what that person is dealing with on a daily basis. Just because somebody is a skinny person who looks normal size doesn't mean that they're healthy. Healthy is the goal, not size. It don't matter for size. At the end of the day, people could look at Megan Thee Stallion. Her whole doctor could look at her and put her on a scale and compare it to a whole scale and be like, you're overweight. But at the end of the day, that's the body that people are striving for, because she could be overweight from her muscle. And when you have a lot of muscle, it's less body fat that you have, like less percentage of body fat that you have. So even a lot of people even men who work out, there's a lot of men who work out who are considered quote unquote overweight, and we don't sit there and body shame them and be like, oh, they're fat, they're overweight, they're obese. No, they're just built, they have muscle. So in the same sense, we should carry that out with other women who are kind of, you know, not struggling with their weight, but they look like they're on the heavier side of the scale. There's nothing wrong with being on the heavier side of the scale. What's wrong is being unhealthy. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the difference between looking at someone and saying, oh, well, they need a salad, they look like and then seeing an anorexic person, quote unquote, that you think is anorexic, or a skinny person, and saying, well, damn, they need a burger, they need to eat more. Like, come on now. I've been in a position where when I was a kid, I was a little bit more chunky. I was never I've been on the chunky side. Now, I was never obese, but I was always on the overweight side as a child, always kind of bigger than everybody else around me. And I was always I kind of always stood out in a sense, because I was always the black, lighter skinned one that's Haitian. Everybody around me for a while, up until I got to high school, because even in high school, everyone around me was mostly Hispanic or white, and they were smaller than me, of course. And even like sometimes with my family members, like, you'll be surprised, because when I tell them this now, they're like, no, we never said that. Y'all did say it. Y'all probably don't remember what you guys said, but you guys did say it. Because it's like, now they're like, oh, why do I see your bones? You look like you're all bones. Are you eating? What's wrong with you? Are you sick? Like, why are you doing all that? Why are you doing all that? You was just telling me years ago when I was a child, when I was always eating in the kitchen, always in the kitchen, y'all would sit there and make fun of me literally while I was about to get a plate to eat, because y'all was always telling me, oh, I was hungry, oh, I look like a sack of potatoes, I look like a sack of rice, I weigh a sack of rice. Like, and y'all know a sack of rice be heavy, like a big sack of rice be heavy as hell. So they're trying to tell me I'm heavy, I look heavy, and all these things. Oh, stop eating rice, stop eating chicken, stop eating meat. Like, people sit there and they put you down because you're not the ideal size that they want. But who cares? Why do I have to be the ideal size, body size that you want? I'm never gonna be satisfying you guys. At the end of the day, like, no one will ever be satisfied. Even if you go ahead and lose the weight, there's always gonna be people there telling you why. Oh, you look small. What are you doing? Are you sick? Are you losing weight in a healthy way? Why are you questioning me? Leave me alone. And there's sometimes where there's instances where just because there's women on the heavier side of the scale doesn't mean that they're not eating healthy. It doesn't mean that they're not eating right. It doesn't mean that they're not even trying to be on a journey to be healthy and eat right. And the result of that would of course be weight loss, because they don't no longer have like that fat. But you don't know what those people go through. People have health conditions. People have conditions where they have to take steroids for some of their medications, or a form of steroids. So you don't know if they're on steroids and that they try to eat healthy to maintain their weight, where they're sitting there starving themselves while you over here thinking that they eat burgers and chicken wings and a whole bunch of fries and a whole bunch of rice and a whole bunch of everything, a whole bunch of steak, potatoes, starch, calories, while you sitting here just making that assumption just by looking at them, being a whole dummy. Because how are you going to make that assumption? By you just looking at them, it's just like, okay, so what about when your daughter becomes like that? What about when you become like that during the future? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you could be. Even though you're small right now, it ain't no guarantee you won't stay like that, especially if you want to have kids. Okay? I know somebody, especially somebody part of my family. And if you're watching it, it is what it is. Used to make fun of me for my weight all the time. They wear skinny mini. Everybody loved their size, because during that time, during that era, around 04, 05, it was skinny. Skinny was in, skinny was in, skinny was in. So she loved her little skinny body. As she kept getting kids, she kept putting on the weight. She kept putting on the weight. Look at you now. You look good. In my opinion, you look good. But at the end of the day, you never gonna be that small size. Look at you now. You sitting here making fun of me. At one point, I remember I tried to drink water the whole entire day just because she kept making fun of me of my weight. And you're supposed to be somebody in my family. So why, like, it's just sad to see, like, why are we body shaming each other? We shouldn't even be doing that. That shouldn't even be a thing. Because at the end of the day, back in the old days when you were big and you were heavy set, that meant that you ate and you had money, because you had money to feed yourself. And then all of a sudden, the trend is now is hourglass figure. All of a sudden, like, the trend changes over the years, but we shouldn't change our mentality depending on the trend. Who cares about the trend? Because even those people who have the hourglass figures, if you're not naturally getting that body, you have overcome some type of adversities and some type of pain and health risk, in a sense, during surgery of getting your body done. Some people actually need it in a sense where, okay, if you have breast cancer and you have to take out your breast, and the only way that insurance can cover it is if you just go ahead and do your implants right on the table, that's a different case. Okay, some people, okay, you need to lose X amount of weight, and if it doesn't deem so that they cannot lose it for any type of reason, just depending on the medication that they're using, if they're using steroids, if they're doing anything of that nature, even after eating right, sometimes you don't lose all the weight that you want the way that you want to lose it. Sometimes you have to go under the knife and get lipo, but it's just really depending on you and in your conditions and how you want to take it there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we can't be sitting here fat shaming people and just assuming that they're fat and greasy and they don't eat right, because skinny doesn't mean healthy, big doesn't mean healthy, big doesn't mean that you're unhealthy. You really got to watch. If you're not watching that person's daily life day by day, you're really not going to know. I know people who seem heavyweight to you guys, but they could be a whole pescatarian and you wouldn't even know, because you didn't open your mouth and said that, oh wow, they need to be exercising and they look like they need a salad. How you know they don't sit there and eat salads all day, starving themselves because of people like you? It's like, watch what you say, because you saying all that, that could be your daughter. That could be your mom. That probably is your mom. That probably is your cousin. That probably is your sister. So you saying all these hurtful things, how do you think that makes them feel? And they're supposed to be your family. You think they want to sit here and talk to you? You think they want to sit here and deal with you? No, I'm not dealing with nobody like that. I'm not dealing with nobody who doesn't love me for me. And again, I'm not saying for you to stay the way that you're staying, because in a sense, if you're overweight, it's like a health risk. You know, overweight and obese are two different things. But if you're heading to the obese side, it's a health risk, especially when you could have all like the health problems as far as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, things of those natures. Your risk for a heart attack, you could have clogged arteries. I get it, because of the grease, because of all the things that you could encounter with foods and how your body digests it. You could actually become sick and ill. And people have to start changing their lifestyle patterns and start eating more healthier. Yes, I understand, but how do you know that the person is not already on that route? You can't just assume just by looking at that person. You don't know what that person goes through a daily basis, because everybody is struggling, and you opening your mouth and saying stuff like that does not make it any better. Like, how do you think that make that person feel? Like, I just hate when people just assume. You can't just assume if you don't know. Like, don't just assume. If you want to ask questions, but don't just assume by looking at me and being like, oh, I'm sick, or oh, I'm anorexic, just because in the past, a couple years ago, you saw me a little bit more thicker. No, don't just assume that. If you know, you know. And if you don't, keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, my size and my body type don't do anything to you. It don't affect you. And if I'm your close friend and I'm somebody you're concerned with, you have to ask me these things. Try to have a conversation with me. Don't automatically assume. Because assuming doesn't get you nowhere. It makes that an ass out of you and me. Okay? Y'all ever heard that term? So it's just, be mindful. Like, we're all human beings around here. All of us struggle with something. All of us have insecurities. Be very mindful about what you say and how you say it, and what you do and how you walk and how you talk, because you could be hurting people's feelings. You don't know how many people fall into depression, how many people want to slit their wrists, how many people want to sit there and commit suicide, how many people want to sit there and be bulimic and sit there and put their fingers in their mouth to throw up because of people like you. No, if you want to promote health. Being healthy, there's nothing wrong with being healthy. There's nothing wrong with wanting a better lifestyle and a better, healthier lifestyle. But pushing people to the point where they become themselves more sick than what they already are, if they're sick, is not okay. It should never be recommended. Ooh, y'all see this new growth, y'all? Y'all see this new growth? Oh, girl, I thought I was done. Ah! I thought I was done. I'm crying. Ooh, I have a whole fro on y'all. Ooh, who bald-headed? I know y'all see it from the last video I had. Who bald-headed, period. But yeah, y'all, like, y'all shouldn't, don't love yourself, love others, be a light. Don't be that person who's just, who no one wants to talk to, because they feel like you're just gonna judge them, or they feel like you're just gonna automatically assume that there's a problem with them. Like, if you want to ask questions, ask questions. If you don't know that person, continue to keep it moving, because they might not feel comfortable enough with you to even speak to you about anything. But if you want to help somebody out and help a friend out, because you see, okay, because of their weight, certain things, they're struggling with certain things, or they have certain health conditions, or even they don't even like the way they are themselves because they feel like they need to lose weight, go ahead and find a different way to encourage them. But saying hurtful, meaningful things that they already hear on a daily basis, that they already feel like they like they kind of hear it in their heads as well, and it's already pushed in their face through social media. A lot of people have been bullied into getting their body done. Now, I'm not, like, again, I'm not shaming anyone who got their body done. If you wanted to make it your decision to get your body done, then that's your decision that you want to make. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting, no one's putting a gun to your head, not that I know of, to tell you you don't have to do it. I'm not saying that I hate on girls who do that, and I'm not saying anything bad about those girls. I'm just saying it's just not my preference. I don't want to go under the knife. For that, I don't like surgery, I don't like hospitals, and for me, if I'm going under surgical procedure, it has to be like a life or death. It has to be something I need. Like, I low-key want to do it for my eyes, but even then, like, it's just, I'm scared for that, because if I lose my eyes, it's over. Like, it's my sight, bro. You one wrong move. I'm not trying to say that, okay, I can't think negative. I'm not trying to say, okay, my doctor's gonna mess me up or whatever, and I don't want to think like negative about it. But in reality, like, you won't take a risk. We all have to fill out the paperwork when you go under them surgical procedures. Do you guys read? And then on top of that, y'all spend so much money that a lot of you females don't even have. Y'all want to spend 10 bands, 20 bands, 30 bands and be on a damn payment plan, but your kid's still looking crazy, your kid's hair is not done, your kid's still not taken care of, your bills are freaking past due, you still owe this, you still owe that. Like, please have your priorities in order before you sit there and you do cosmetic surgery on your body. Like, this is stuff that you can change for free, okay, with the time being that you have. It's not necessarily for free in a sense where, okay, you know, changing your lifestyle is for free. No, it does cost, but at the end of the day, it's just like, do you really have that $10,000? Are you really at the status to where you can just take out $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 out of your account and still have that same amount left over and more? Or are you, if you take that $4,000, the $40,000 in your account, you're gonna be left with $3,000? Do you honestly feel like that's a good investment? And I don't even care, even for payments, because at the end of the day, payments, they all add up. All that money adds up. Especially when you have kids to take care of, especially when you have a whole household to take care of, and you are still in an apartment, but you're paying $40,000 for your, no, this is not smart. I'm not even trying to be that person to be like, oh, you hate on people who get their body done. No, because if you have enough money to do it, okay, then that's your business. But if you're one of those people who know damn well you're broke, and you're deciding to do it because you think it's gonna get you more money in the strip club, or you think that's gonna get you more attention, or whatever the case may be, is if you're not confident in how you feel now, if you don't love yourself in the way that you do now, you're never gonna love yourself. You're never going to. Body or not, you're still not going to feel like it's enough. You're still going to feel like you have to go back and get a retouch, and you still kind of do, in a sense. You still have to go back and get retouched, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to keep going back to the doctor all the time, cosmetic doctor all the time, because they know exactly what they're doing. They give you just enough to satisfy you for the time being, but once it starts to fall flat, once things are not perky, or when things starts to go south, they make it their business to put you under the knife again, for you to spend bread again, for you to constantly put money in their pockets, because that's how they make their money. I haven't met any surgical doctor, I don't know if there's any out there, who themselves had any type of cosmetic surgery. So if there is any out there, please comment down below. But it's just like, please be mindful of that before you decide to jump under the knife. Really count the cost, really do your research on what it is that you're going to do. And that's to anything, any supplements, any vitamins, anything as far as a different lifestyle plan, being on a keto diet, being being a pescatarian, being a vegan. Make sure you know what you're signing up for, and make sure you know what you're doing. Don't be ignorant in the lifestyle you choose, okay? But y'all stay tuned for the next video to where I do my hair, y'all. My hair is growing, honey, okay? Y'all see this growth? Y'all see this growth? A girl could just walk out with her hair like this and be free. I feel free. From the first video y'all see me of me doing my natural hair, look how much my hair grew. Like, look at God growing my hair, my natural hair. I can't wait till my hair gets huge and big. Like, look at this, y'all. It's so pretty. And I used to hate my natural hair. But like I said, I'm learning to love every inch of my body, including my hair. Because look, like, you know what I realized with natural hair? Everybody has a different hair texture unique to us. But other people may have the same type of texture. But I feel like people with Afrocentric hair, we all have different textures that are unique to us, and it's awesome. Look at what God did, you know? Look at God. But thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, we're still on the road to 1K. Subscribe, like, hit that share button, and comment down below. Stay clean, stay blessed, and have an amazing night.
Y'all comment, yeah, share,
Hey.
subscribe.
Hey.
If
Hey.
you don't, you wanna die. Gonna tell you this one time. This SageTheHustla on that.
Little.